Did everyone capitalize off the SPY put? We talked about it yesterday. Again, I said it yesterday. Even if it's off by 1%, the market will tumble. And look how it tumbled today, right? So today was definitely a day to print money, to make money, and to also buy shares at a very good discount, right? QQQ, I mean, it was super weak. That was an easy opportunity for puts. So actually, let's go ahead and pick up the charts just real quick. And let's talk about what happened today. And then from there, we'll talk about the covered calls, right? So if everybody could just drop 5 to 10 tickers, we'll cover that first. And then from there, we will go ahead and talk about what is a covered call, etc. So first is covered SPY. All right, we talked about it yesterday. SPY was that was the most easiest play today, right? And again, following different reasons. CPI data came out for the month of August. The inflation was at 8.3%. Hence, the target was 8.1%. So we did not meet the target when it comes to inflation. That right there was the cause of this big drop for every single ticker overnight. We went from almost 410 all the way down, 416, 414, all the way down. We opened around the 400 level. It's crazy because we talked about the psychological level of 400 for the last 6 months is 400, it's 400, it's 400. Keep that number in mind. And what do we see? As soon as we open, and days like this, what I want you to do is that whenever you see a big drop like that on any given day, just give the market time for it to settle. So as soon as we open, of course, it's a no-brainer that they're going to try to what? They're going to try to push the price back up because now you're thinking, oh my God, is that a low price? They're definitely going to push it back to 410. That is a bull trap. And we saw that we were trading sideways. Lots of indecision. And I told myself, if all I'm looking for is a break below the low of day and a break below the 400. Again, 400 is the level and was the level that I was focusing on the entire morning. And then what do we see? And then, once I saw that the price fell below the 90 MA, that's when we called out puts, and puts definitely paid today. And as you can see, beautiful price action. And there's so many different things that we can do. Again, we talked about this every single week. Technical analysis is very flexible. Technical analysis allows you to have different tools that you can use to be able to decipher what that chart is trying to tell you. And even right here, trend line, what do we do? Bear flag right there, trend line, another put opportunity towards the downside. So you could have stayed in this trade for a very long time because price was indeed below the 90 MA. And what do we see here? We see that we printed lower low, lower high, break. Lower low, a bit of a lower high, another break. So again, at the end of the day, it is all market structure. And today was definitely a beautiful day for some great price action. As you can see, it did form a bit of support around that 398. And the reason why I want to show you 398, and I'm just going to keep on playing that, if we just go towards the left-hand side, 398 has been a critical support for SPY for some time now. It's been a critical support and also resistance level. Hence, today SPY was able to hold this 397.65 level. So for tomorrow, can somebody answer me? For tomorrow, what is the level that we're going to take into account for us to enter puts for SPY? Why 392? Why Sam AK? Why 392? And that's a correct answer, by the way. But why that number? That's the low of day. You got it. Again, at the end of the day, if we break 392 tomorrow, what is that? That is just a continuation that bears are still present. Bears are still present if we go ahead and break 392. So I think L just dropped a whole bunch of them. Let's go for AMD. AMD, same thing, big drop CPI data. If you play the ORB off the 5-minute time frame on any single ticker today, you definitely make money. I don't care if it's 10%. I don't care if it's 20%. On days like today, I often hear, oh, but I got out early. Oh, but I should have made this amount of money. I promise you, listen, if I could have a Bible of trading mistakes, the first one would be that there will always be a should have, would have when it comes to trading and making money, right? So eliminate that. If you made 10%, 5%, even 2%, even 1%, you should be happy you made your money grow by 2%, 1%, etc. Right? So at the end of the day, this right here, ORB, the break of ORB should have been your trade to get into puts. And this right here was an easy ride towards the downside. Even if we add an additional indicator, for example, the moving average exponential, you can see that price, if you got in here at 80, maybe you got out right here at 78 because price sort of closed above, but this right here would have been at least a 40%, 50% trade when it comes to AMD. Let's see, next one we have Apple. Apple, every time that we talk about Apple, it reminds me of King Lattimore now. But Apple, again, on the daily time frame, King Lattimore had a phenomenal swing trade all the way to the downside. The level that I'm really targeting for Apple is going to be 151.79. Yo, Rudy, what up, bro? This right here is what I'm currently looking at. And if you look at Apple right now, it looks a bit like a head and shoulder. Shoulder one, we have a head right here. Shoulder two, and right now we are breaking below the neckline. 151 is my target right now for Apple, since we are now bearish when it comes to that market structure. So same thing here when it comes to Apple. They tried to push the price back up. All that was needed today for you to make money was just patience and discipline. And as you can see here, we had a bit of a bear flag, and at the end of the day, we dropped all the way from 160 all the way down to 153. If you caught puts here, I promise you should definitely take at least a day off, enjoy the day, take your family out to brunch, you know, buy your family something, because you definitely made some profits here when it comes to Apple. Next, we have TQQ. So TQQ is an inverse ETF. And as you can see here, same thing, price below the 9. Price never got above the 9. Again, 9 EMA is my favorite indicator aside from the VWAP, but 9 EMA as of late has been very, very accurate. I will highly recommend every single person to use the 9 EMA to be able to trade intraday, not just stocks, but also futures, Forex, and also crypto as well. Next, we have BGE, bug. I don't know what that is. Okay, so it seems like it's a cybersecurity. Here we have ING. This is another one, a bit of a push. And as you can see, I hate stocks that, honestly, I don't trade stocks that cost any less than $50, to be honest. And it might be that I'm going crazy, but these stocks barely have any volume. And oftentimes they don't really have direction. And for the most part, they stay flat throughout the entire year. So for that reason, I do not trade those stocks. But for this one here, again, this would have been a bit of a fake out if you did not get out earlier. But this right here is a small double top. And as you can see, once we got below the 9 EMA, that could have been a good opportunity for puts. Next one's Amazon. Amazon had a phenomenal day here today, as you can see. Below 9 EMA, 9 EMA, 9 EMA. And again, I have this level here of 128.23. I should definitely have that level for some reason. And that is because, let me go ahead and just put it here. That is because we also saw some support here when it comes to the day of the 8th. And as you can see, we were able to hold this. It came all the way back up to 130, and it came right back down. As you can see, every single time price gets below the 9, we have follow through. Every single time price gets above the 9, we always have follow through. For all of my scalpers, if you are a scalper, I must see the 9 EMA on your chart. I promise you, it's definitely the best leading indicator that, aside from price action, that you could definitely have on your chart.